Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Lion's Den. We are doing something a bit different today. Instead of gameplay and like a guide or anything like that, I want to have a chat about GC, about the Global Championship. It's, for me, a bit broken, and I'm going to explain why. And I'd love to hear from you guys throughout the leagues. The ones, I mean, we all normally get to Duke, I'd imagine. So we're going from Royal Leagues to right at the bottom. I think the system is just a bit broke. It's gotten worse over the last couple of months, and I will explain from my side why I think, but I mean, it's just my opinion the way it is at the moment. I'd love to get everyone's thoughts in the comments. Yeah, so let's get into it. I will explain why I think there is a big problem with the system at the moment. This is the kind of video that I wish I had a load of bunch of cool graphics and animations and stuff. This would really help, but unfortunately, it's going to be quite boring and a bit of a chatty one. So I'm sorry about that. But we're trying something a bit new. If it doesn't work, I don't have to do it again. Simple. Also, the second part of this will be about the new mergers that we've heard of, the Russian servers joining the all servers, and what this means for everyone, and what's going to happen in the future, probably. So we'll get into that as well. But starting with GC first, let's start with literally the top, the Royal League. We'll explain what's going on here. So, Royal League is supposed to be the pinnacle. This is where you're supposed to want to head. This is the massive endgame content where you can really test your skills, or that's how it's supposed to be. Obviously, this season is a bit different for people that aren't in Royal. Doesn't really bother you, but normally it's 20 guilds fighting it out throughout the month to become who's top. This season, as you can see, there's supposed to be 40, but there's only 39 because a guild disbanded. And this is kind of the start of the problem for me. I mean, obviously because the Royals have the RU have merged with the All servers, the Royals have merged for this season. The top 20 will stay in Royals. But as you can see, just from this picture, there is a problem. We've already had one guild disbanded that didn't want to be in there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 guilds that only have 7 players, 7 players, 3 players, and 6 players. That's because they don't want to be in Royal. And for me, this is a huge problem. I've played games for many, many, many years. I've even played competitively when I was a child. I mean, yeah, long, long time ago now. But for me, when you're competitive and you need an end game that people want. You want to be able to get to the top, to play the best, to see what it's like. But Hero Wars doesn't have that at the moment. Relegation Wars, people are just throwing. They don't want to play, so they're not even attacking. They're emptying defenses. It's a really poor situation at the moment. And I mean, the reason for that is the power gap now. It wasn't as bad before, but obviously we now have relics. Relics have increased the power gap immensely, not just because of the power, but because of the new skills. It's just a big issue that people don't want to work all the way through Duke to get to this league, and then you get battered for 16 days a month. Why would you pay for that? I mean, it's great seeing all the good teams and all the comps and the different synergies and stuff. That's great. But why are you going to invest money into getting absolutely slaughtered by these massive guilds for 10, 15 days a month? That's not fun. There's no fun. So top Duke guilds have now resorted to emptying defenses and just refusing to go up. So if you didn't know about the system, we'll forget about this month, but 20 people in Royal. The bottom 15 of Royals play the top 15 of Duke. Whoever wins gets the Royal spot. So a few Royal guilds have tried getting out of Royals by dropping their defenses, but then they're meeting people that also don't want to be in Royal. So we end up with matches with 0-0 scores. Uh, yeah, just through the last relegation, I got a couple of pictures from the last relegation of just a bunch of 0-0 scores, nobody wanting to play because they don't want to be in the top league. And for me, that's a big issue. So let's have a look. Just realised you may have seen the GC issues that's been happening as well. Yesterday, for example, the Royal League matches didn't come out until 3 hours before the end of war. So people had to do their attacks in just 3 hours. I know that might sound a lot for some, but for people that know the highest ranks, it does take that kind of time. The biggest issue yesterday was players from Australia and like Asia. They were asleep. So they couldn't attack, so their guilds just lost. And I mean that again, that's a huge problem, but that is just a one-off bug. Today, I think everyone had that issue to an extent. I woke up about 4 hours into war, and I had a bunch of messages saying that GC was down. Nobody had matches, so yeah, not great. But yeah, let's get to the pictures of the relegation battles yesterday, 2 days ago. Sorry. So I mean, you can start off with one that wasn't a 0-0, but as you can see, one of the guilds didn't want to be in Royals. SG Diamond were the Royal team. The other team didn't want to be in Royals. They just didn't attack. So that was a 0-4200. That was the day done. Here you can see another game, Odin's Inferno against House of Starships. Again, I think Odin's Inferno wanted to stay in Royals and House of Starships didn't want to. So that's actually my guild. We just didn't attack and let them win. We didn't want to be in Royals. So that's 2 games. As you can see here, you can even see the empty defenses. Nobody attacked. This was literally a 0-0. The guys on the right-hand side here with the face banner, they didn't want to be in Royals anymore, but Thon also didn't want to be in Royals. So now they are stuck staying there. They can't get out. So yeah, not good for that. Another one, you guys might know the team on the left. This is my guild, my smaller guild. We got to Royal. We played a couple of seasons and we just didn't enjoy it, so we've been trying to get out. I think it's been 3 months now we've been stuck in Royal. We can't get out. Again, the team on the right didn't attack, so we couldn't get out. We couldn't lose, so yeah, we were done for. I mean, people do ask, oh, well, you could just disband the guild and that would solve the problem. But the issue is obviously we've worked hard to get our frame, our banner. It's a little thing, but it's something to show that we got there and we earned our place there. So, I mean, should we disband a guild just because the system, in my opinion, is broke? I mean, that's the thing. Some people blame Nexter for the system. Some people blame the players. But yeah, I think that's the last one I've got of those. But yeah, I think in relegation there was 5 sets of matches where teams didn't attack. So that's literally a third of the battles people didn't want to play. And for me, that's just a huge red flag, in my opinion. But yeah, I think, so we started at the top. That's where I think the issue is with the High Duke and Royals. But even the lower leagues, for the new players, for the mid players, the ones that aren't aiming for a top 100, 1550, whatever your goal is. As I said, I presume the majority of people that watch this video will get to Duke League. I did it wasn't even an experiment. I had a dead account on a server. I was in a guild by myself. I drew 0-0 with every single match until the last one, and then I did 1 attack and 1, and I ended up in Duke League. So without even basically playing the game, I ended up in the second best league in the game. That to me is broken. You might as well just take out Baron, Viscount, Earl. You might as well take them out, because even if you start there, within like a couple of days, you're out of it. So what's the point? The other issue in general with the system for me is how the system works with the points and the places. So obviously in GC, you meet the person that's next to you in the rankings on points. So say if I'm ranked 137th, I will play 138th. So you do play the guild that's right next to you. The issue is the system doesn't work with power. You could one day get a team that absolutely batters you. The next day you could get someone that you batter and absolutely smash. So the majority of the time you're not even getting a game that's worth it. You're either just taking the day off because it's too easy, or you're taking it off because it's too hard. So the system doesn't work there either. So it's for me, it's not really working at endgame because people don't want to be in that league to just get crushed. But at the same point, for the whole rest of the system, you spend most of the month not even playing decent games where it's close. You're either losing by 2,000 points or you win by 2,000 points. So, I mean, to me, that's a system that doesn't work. So, for me, that is quite a flawed system at the moment. The other thing would be being able to show your progression. So, for example, getting top 100 is hard, but when you win at certain times, you're going to get a much fairer outcome. For instance, someone that loses 2 games at the beginning of the season is going to have a much different experience to 2 losses at the end of the season. The 2 losses at the end of the season will basically determine where you end up. That could be the difference between ending up 50th or like 150. The problem is the gap jumps are way too big. So even if, say, your guild gets to rank 200, say, your guild could win the exact same amount of wars the next season and you could end up 400th. So does that mean you're worse this season? There doesn't seem to be any way of showing that your guild is actually progressing. I mean, it's great, yeah, you can build your titans, build your heroes, and actually just physically get stronger. But actually seeing where you compare to the rest of the whole game, for me, that's the point of a league. You want to show progression. I play a lot of other games, and jumping up leagues and jumping up tables, it actually shows progress. It shows where you are at the end of the season. Whereas I don't think this happens in GC and Hero Wars. You could end up 200th, you could end up 500th just because of when you lose games, which doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't know how you fix this, that's the problem. I don't think it's a simple fix, the Royal issue or the rest of the League issue, because you'd have to basically redo the whole system. I know for beginners, the coins and trophies are absolutely fine, but once you've played for a while, the rewards are awful. They're completely useless. I just stockpile them and then I buy like 6 books, for like Evo books, skill books, whatever. So that's another problem. The rewards are absolutely terrible. They need a revamp. Trophies are just not worth it at the moment. I mean, Duke League gets the same as Royal. Royal gets 10 more. I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's there needs to be something done. You need better rewards. The system needs actual leagues where it matters because most of us, I mean, you're never going to end in bronze, Viscount, even Earl. I'd imagine everyone that watches this video gets to Marquis and above, and the high majority will get Duke. You just got to be active and win a couple of games. That is it. I've seen it in my small guild. I saw it in my big guild. The big guild has the issue with we don't want to play Royal, so we don't want to get top 15. I've had a smaller guild before where we ended up 90th and it was great and everyone was really happy. And then the next season we got dropped to like 210th. So everyone was down because we were like, oh, why are we so bad this season? It wasn't because we were bad. It's just because we got unfavourable draws. We lost a couple of big games because the team was much bigger than us, so we didn't stand a chance. And we lost it towards the end of the season, so we just lost points at the wrong time. So it's a bit stupid. I mean, look at today, for example. So my guild are playing Dr. Pepper, love the name. But let's have a look at the power difference. There you go. This is our top guys. 2-7, 2-7, 2-6, 2-6, 5s. Like, we're barely under 2 mil. I think I'm probably the lowest, yeah. I'm the only person under 2 mil in this team. Let's have a look at theirs. There you go. Only one person on. I'm the lowest, and their highest is only one above me. So this isn't going to be a close game. We're going to beat them very easy. I mean, yeah, it's not even close. Look at this, 66,000. I mean, it's crazy. Like, this is the issue. Like, this isn't a fun game for us. This isn't a fun game for them. Nobody wins in this situation. I mean, I'm not sure how our game was yesterday. We actually had a really tough guild yesterday, Poisoned. They're another very good guild, much closer. But yeah, today it's going to be boring. Nobody wins. But yeah, that's my little rant about GC. I mean, like I said, this is just my issues. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know, where are you in the leagues? Where do you get to? What server are you on? How many games do you actually play a month that you enjoy? Where do you end up? Do you actually feel like you get any progress in GC? Can you actually see your guild going 300, 250, 200, 150 and actually growing? Or is it a case of you go 90, 180, 100, 300, 200? Is it just bouncing so you never actually see if you've improved? So definitely let me know in the comments. This is a video to have your opinion on it, basically. I will definitely show this to the community managers. I will show them to this link, and let them see your opinion and what you think of it at the moment. I don't know if it's just me that feel this way. I've seen it quite a bit in general for many, many months. The whole issue with like being battered one day, clean sweep in the next one, and just repeating itself. So this is what I wanted to see, if it's just a me issue and I'm complaining for nothing, or whether it is actually felt among the wider community. So the more people that tune in, the more people that give their opinion, it means more to me, and it definitely means more to community managers to see that throughout the system there is an issue. So definitely let me know. Let's get on to the next bit of news. I don't think this is as worthy of a whole video as by itself, but we have just had the server merges. So this is the RU Russian servers merging into the rest of the world. If you didn't know, there's always been two different server bases. Don't know what you call it. But yeah, the RU guys were always separated from us. It all depended on if you had Russian as your language when you first loaded the game, you would be assigned to a Russian server. So what does this mean for everyone? Very simply put, at the moment, not much. Obviously, you're going to see Russian guilds now in GC. You won't see them on your server because all that's happened is the regions have merged. Your individual server has not merged. If your server number was above, I think, like 414, your server number might change. That's because obviously they're now going in order of when the servers were released. So if a Russian server was released before you, they're going to be in a lower number, and that's going to push you up. This shouldn't have any bearing on your recruitment. Obviously, you're going to now have to change the server name, but say if you were server 800 and you're now server 900, you should still be able to recruit people from 800 upwards. That should be the restrictions. I haven't had that confirmed, but I think that would be crazy stupid if now you can only recruit from 900 upwards. But that should be the case in that situation. I think I actually have the announcement so I can go over it. Yeah, so this is the actual official post. It's basically what I just said now. All servers will now operate under one unified regions. Server after 414 will change their numbers according to order they were created. Account transfer restrictions between regions will be removed. So Before, you couldn't move from all to RU, and you couldn't move from RU to all. That's because the Russian servers, they actually had, I think it was like a 50% discount on bundles and like emeralds. So people would go to the RU servers and then come back. But obviously, there is none now. It's just everyone on all. There you go. Players will still be limited to move into servers that aren't newer than the original server. Obviously, only 1 to 100. We can't go above anything. That's all we can go. As I said earlier with the GC, Royals will merge containing 40 guilds next season, and then it will drop back down to 20 next season. Draft is still split, which, I mean, that's a bit weird, but okay. I actually didn't know that was split, but I guess that makes sense. So this is going to be the next big bit. This is not our last step. Our team is already planning server merges for those that have become too stale. While we're not ready to announce the date yet, we're optimistic about it. We'll be updated later. So, server mergers have been a big topic for a while. A lot of people love the idea, a lot of people hate the idea. There is a reason for that, and that's because there's a lot of free to play communities out there. Take my smaller guild, for example. We're on a quiet server, there's only about 2 guilds, but we're happy with that. We have nice people, we all know each other, there's no hostility, there's no bad mouthing, it's nice. Do the screenshot instead so you don't have to see all the outside border stuff. But yeah, we like our server. We don't want a bunch of random players we don't know. Obviously, Russian players can now be introduced into our servers as well, but we're not going to have any choice on who we merge with. So if you're on a nice little free to play server with 3 little guilds and you're all kind of having a fun time, suddenly you could get thrown into a server with 2 massive whale guilds who are hostile. They don't like sharing people. They don't like letting you near the top of, say, Grand Arena, and you could just be basically bullied. This, what I think, is a real downside of server mergers. Um, Personally, I've always been against server mergers for this reason alone. If people want to find a more competitive server, so if you don't like 1 or 2 guilds, you want 6 big guilds to have a fight in Gold War, then you can do that. You move server. I mean, yes, you do have to pay money. You have to pay like 10, €15 or something like that. But that stops this happening where they think a server is dead because it only has 2 guilds, and then you're going to throw in a bunch of spenders, and it's going to cause the community probably to quit. I for sure, if I was my smaller account, if we just got a bunch of hostile spenders on our server, we'd probably leave. Because I mean, why would you want again? Like, why would you spend to get battered in Royal? Why would you spend time playing a game and just have hostility towards you the whole time? So I think for me that is my issue. Obviously, everyone can see it in different ways. People like to think of this as, oh, we're getting new people. There's a better chance of recruitment. There's more competition in gold. We can test new teams out in Grand Arena, and they are valid points. That's just not the way I see it. I see it from the free to play community side, who, let's be honest, we don't have much going for us at the moment in this game. It's very expensive. um, we don't really have much to do. We just kind of just plod along at our own pace and just hope we don't get eaten in the meantime. And I mean, if we get merged into a Russian server guild, I don't know how friendly they are. I don't know. I don't know with everything that's happening in the world at the moment. I know people can be, I won't swear, people can be idiots about the situations and take it out on individual people both ways. It would definitely work both ways. We could be hostile against them, they could be hostile against us. I mean, I think everyone should just play the game and be nice and happy and cheery, but it doesn't always work out that way. I've had servers with other EU people and they're just as hostile, and aggravating and abusive. It's horrible. But that's why this kind of happens, so that we have our own little servers and you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I don't think there's much else to say about the mergers. Nothing else is happening yet with them, but I would expect server mergers to happen soon. I mean, I haven't had a look at the server list. Let's have a quick look. Jeez, there's 1,249 servers now. Damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy. This game is just constantly going up. I don't know if it's true, but I did hear that there were servers with multiple of the same server. So I don't know if server mergers have happened because everything seems pretty okay now. There's no overlapping numbers. We don't have like two 501s or anything like that. So maybe some of the server mergers have happened. I mean, there was quite a lot of gaps, but yeah, it doesn't seem to have changed much there. Ah, there we go. Oh, wait, no. There's two 404s there, so that is still happening. Two 409s. Oh, a lot. Oh, there you go. We've even got RU numbers still there. So as you can see, the mergers definitely hasn't finished yet. But yeah, there isn't at the moment too much to worry about. But I would like your guys' opinion as well on that. What do you think about server mergers? And I mean, in this case, forced ones. We don't get to choose who we're with, how big they are, what they're like. We're literally just going to get thrown in with random people and hope they're not horrible. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. If it's good, it's bad. Do you want the extra competition? Or do you think this is going to ruin your community that you have on a server? Some people have built up a reputation on certain servers and now they've been moved. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't ruin a lot of free to play communities because, in my opinion, free to play communities they're like the backbone of this game. This is That's what it's built on. Yes, the whales fund us, but we're the ones that keep the community alive. We're the ones that keep everything going and everyone playing. Without the communities, in my opinion, this game dies. Without everyone talking, without the discords, without the guild chats, there's nothing left, in my opinion. But maybe that's just a radical side to me. But yeah, I think that is it done for today. I don't want to run too long, but the GC chat lasted a bit longer. Tomorrow we have my giveaway coming up, so don't want to miss on that. That is the Metacubes and the Runestone giveaways. That will be tomorrow and lasting probably until just before the event next week. But yeah, GC, server mergers, does it bother you at all? It might not bother you at all. If it does, let me know in the comments for sure, and I'll definitely get the community managers to check it out. Apart from that, thank you as always, guys. Thank you for the support. We're still climbing our numbers, which is great. And I will see you tomorrow for the giveaway. Do not miss it. I will definitely post it, and good luck to everyone that enters. Have a great day. Cheers, guys. Bye.